Well, hello there. I have another beautiful Unbreakable back video, but this time it is my back has been broken. Over here we have a control game on map Slums. Pretty standard game. Now before this match started I saw the lobby and I realized that the chances of me getting a good team were pretty low. So I was already aware that this is going to end up really badly because the way it was set up was there was a 4-man, I think, a 2-man and a 2-man. Now everyone else was pretty garbage and there was some averages. The 4-man was scary and everyone else was like level 27 or something. And I realized that with that balancing, I'm going to get the 4-man against me, the average wisdom, and all the 2-man on my team, which aren't that great. And I decided to change my caliber, have streaks that were killer, so I would rather play for winning the game instead of for fun. Over here I'm just taking A. Overall I'm thinking that B should be fine, but sadly my team is not quite eligible enough to be protecting B. We're going to go loop around the side because they're not in B. Do a nice slide to the right. So jump to the left. Now Alpha's already done. We're losing by 2 deaths, which is a bit annoying, but overall we were getting destroyed this first few rounds. My team, I think, overall some of them went quad negative, one guy went positive, the rest were all like either quad negative or barely negative. I'll go to the side right here. The plan with this strategy was actually play for streaks, play for gunships and play for my UAVs and shit. Either I died, sad. These I was actually using like very weird stuff, at least one of them was the Ruin. He was using a Hades, then he switched to an SG-12 with Strobe Light, and then eventually he switched to a, what is it called? The Reaver crossbow. So he was using very weird stuff. His other teammates were pretty standard, they were using the more nice stuff. Over there he's in the corner of the Hades operator mod. And we get screwed. We just got smoked the first 2 rounds of this game. And there was nothing I could really do. My team was infinitely negative, because 0-7, 1-5. One guy was okay, the others were just not that great. And this is a common theme within this gameplay. So again, the plan is just to go for gunships and just to go streaks. Overall, the commentary I was thinking about doing was an idea of a choice that you'd have to make if you're gonna stay or leave something you desire. And that's probably what I'll move on to now, because this commentary is going to be very long, so 15 minutes, because that's how long this game was drawn out to. But the main idea is, should you leave something you love for something that is new? And I was facing this dilemma with Black Ops 4 because overall I kind of realized that this game is going to only really, in theory, get worse and worse and worse, right? Statistically, less people are going to be on there, there's basically updates, I'm going to have less things to do. And do I really want to go to Cold War, or do I wish to stay here forever? Now, the conclusion I came up with was I would prefer to stay here. Overall, it isn't just blatantly about something new and something old. The new isn't always better. A lot of the times the new changes are actually worse. That's what I face with Cold War. This game is a perfect analogy, story of what sort of skill-based matchmaking, team-based matchmaking you can have. It's the idea that team-based matchmaking will not always work, and it will also be bullshit. But there was a key difference that I realized with these Unbreakable back videos, and that's the idea that team-based matchmaking puts in so many cool little games where there's fun. And that's what I like about team-based matchmaking, because even though I'm losing 70 to 14, I'm finding it fun, and it's crazy. You may be thinking I'm not finding it fun in the gameplay because I'm tryharding really badly, but it was fun. I'm not even kidding. And when the game was over, I couldn't stop but laughing. And that's just not in Cold War, because every game you have the same stuff happening all the time. With team-based matchmaking, there is at least some sort of differentiation, where you have one game which goes up, one game which goes down, up and down, different people use different guns, you're playing against different levels, and overall it's just, in my opinion, a much more contrasting and vibrant experience. Whereas with skill-based matchmaking, you're basically doing the exact same thing over and over again. There's no differentiation, no contrast, no vibrancy. It's all black and white. And how does this link back to the idea of staying or moving on from the game? It's an analogy of showing that whatever is new isn't always what's comfortable, and sometimes the old may be the better idea. Now, I was convinced that moving on from this game would be the right move, and it was the move I would naturally have to do. But now that I look back at it, I realize that overall, there's no reason for me to think that.
Deploying disruptor.
If I truly believe that I'm happy on this game, why move on? Why try and change? I couldn't find a meaningful enough reason. And the idea is there that I'll wait till the time comes. But that time is not now. And with these cool ass games, these really cool moments where I can go like 74 and 14 and still lose a game, that is what my definition of fun is. And that's what I feel proud of in this game. Because the loss doesn't matter to me, and that's what I like about this game now. The loss in Cold War holds so much more value than it does here. Because in Cold War, you're versing people who only care about the win. People who you're similar level with, who play the same, just for that win. Whereas here, the win has so much less value to the point where it doesn't matter. And that's the key part. When nothing matters, what you play for is fun. And that's what I think Black Ops 4 did better than Cold War. It allowed you to just not care. And I've come to a point after 2 years that I've done anything and truly everything I could desire, to the point where I don't mind. Right here, I got the gunship, I got my streaks, and the only reason I actually did this was to fly the Mantis up into air like that, launch it, and then destroy it like that, because it was sprint tracking, I didn't allow that, finish this thing was actually controlling it. So that's the idea of moving on or staying. And I think if someone else is finding this dilemma as well, I would honestly believe that it's just whatever you desire, only you can make that choice. Make sure it's the right choice. Don't force yourself to like something you don't really desire. When Cold War came out, many people were like, oh yeah, you're gonna go for Dark Matter, you're gonna go for 100%, you're gonna go for your nukes, you're gonna go for this, that. You could achieve so much, bro. You could achieve so much in Black Ops 4, you could do it again in Cold War. I'll talk about this cycle of doing the exact same thing over and over in Call of Duty. I don't really mind the cycle, because as long as you're enjoying something, then it doesn't really matter. You can go for 100 Dark Matters and 100 different Call of Duty games. But if you're really not enjoying it, then there's no point. And that's the idea of Cold War. I can't move on to the new, because the old is just so much more fun. It isn't really about even honor or dignity or statistics, etc. It's just because I enjoy this thing. That's something that you should keep in mind. Right here is a overtime, I think. No, we're actually going into the second round. So this is still fine. Over here I'm doing pretty well. Still doing the exact same stuff I was doing earlier, which is just going for gunships. This class right here is a ICR with grip to F&J. Which is the last reticle. I think you can get it from the... Yeah, I think it was like 6 cases or something. The streaks, yeah, pretty simple gunship. The sniper's nest and the UAV, those are just to help to get the gunship. The old setup I had was counter UAV. I changed it up to the sniper's nest because it lasts longer, it can get you more score, more kills. And also helps out on a live-based mode like this. Beautiful turn on that guy. Beautiful gameplay like that. The perks are Dexterity, Flak Jacket, which saved me right there, and Dead Silence. Overall, at this class, I don't really use. I pull it out in very rare occasions, like this one, where I knew that I was going to screw over speed balancing. So yeah, I pulled this shit out now. I played so much Black Ops 4 to the point where I can kind of basically tell who's going to be on my team and who isn't, which is a really cool skill. I'm glad I can do that. And then I got destroyed there, but I don't know if this one. So that's a cool skill, and it allows you to read what you're going to have and prepare for the upcoming round. Now, right now is actually about, I think a week. Yeah, about, let me actually check the date right now. Yeah, actually no, it's 3 days since till Season 1 of Cold War. Overall, I just have a feeling that this is going to be disappointing like the whole game was. Cold War was a game that launched horrifically unfinished, and I was really surprised to see that right then. Pull out the strobe light. He's going to change it next round though. It came out to be such an unfinished game to the point where I was astonished at how this could even be a finished product. Now people made the same argument with Black Ops 4 and even Modern Warfare. But Modern Warfare, the unfinishedness mainly came in the form of like Spec Ops. The multiplayer was like the most average you could have, and then the campaign was campaign. But in Cold War, what you have is a completely like contentless zombies. You have less maps than we had in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3. You technically have, if you want to count also as a mode, you have more modes. However, it's only available for Xbox One, also PS4, which means that 70% of people can't even access it, and the mode is pretty subpar. Overall, it's, in my opinion, just the worst version of Rush. You have Deadol's Arcade though, which is a cool addition, right? But overall, the lack of maps and lack of, I guess, story content kind of didn't really interest me. You have the multiplayer, which has, again, the same problem, lack of maps. You have surprisingly a decent amount of guns, but lack of maps and lack of streaks and lack of you could call it originality, and even modes, another thing. Basically meant that the game just felt rushed and unfinished, and I think only 6 of the MP maps are original, the other 2 are from Ground War. Now Ground War has a couple of other maps, I think it's actually no, Ground War only had 3 as well, and they weren't really, one of them wasn't even designed for Ground War in my opinion. So overall the game just felt very rushed and unfinished. A lot of the actual content from Black Ops 4 got literally translated straight into that game as well. So that's the reason I just don't believe I just want to play Cold War, because overall it's just it's gonna take a while to get better, and I don't feel like making that sort of dedication, especially when the game isn't so enjoyable still as matchmaking. And even the prestige system was kind of screwed over. The game became a Modern Warfare clone in my opinion. Used a lot of Modern Warfare engine and doctrine. So that's the old in this case. That's why they new. The old right here is Black Ops 4. And then you have the strobe light shotguns and they're really OP ass weapons, but I'd say overall it's still better. Right here we're doing a 5v6, so close, so close. Oh my. But my team is getting destroyed, 2 of them die, then a 3rd dies, then a 4th, and then I get crossbow. And 79 and 14. Could you imagine? I couldn't I couldn't stop smiling after this game because it was just so crazy. And that's what I like about this game. We have different sort of losses and wins, and there's actual, I guess, meaning and soul to the game. Another big thing about keeping the old is you get to see everything sort of change and live on. And what I mean by that is you get to actually experience everything that happens with the thing that is old. If you constantly go over to the new and the new and the new, you'll never really truly see anything in the present. Because everything you really ever played, you let go of. And that's going to be my commentary right there. Over here I'm going to show another last clip of my revenge on these guys, because I stayed in the lobby just to take my revenge, because I just wanted to just get back at these guys and make them rage quit. So that's about it. I'll be showing that showcase now. Farewell. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.